Pay attention to this.
All right. Buying property in Abuja is not that difficult, actually. It's not difficult. The only
Exactly.
problem is that many people do not know the right steps to take at all. So, that not knowing the steps to take makes them feel like, okay, how can I go about this? But here's what you need to know: the safest property buyers, they often start with clarity. Clarity simply means knowing what to do, knowing the first step to take, knowing that from this step you take this step to this step to this step. Once they have that clarity set down, then it makes buying very easy for them. And so in today's live session, that's what myself and Esther were talking about. We take you on a step-by-step guide to buying or acquiring or investing in land here in Abuja. I will be starting off right now.
Okay, so the first step, if you are looking to buy a property in Abuja, is one, identify the need.
Yeah.
Why are you looking to buy that property? Why are you buying? It's necessary you find out or identify the purpose of you buying that property. And the basic needs that people have when it comes to investment is it for long-term investment? Is it you are buying to build your own home, maybe in the future, or you are buying for rental purpose, you want to own your block of flats, or you are
Yeah.
buying for land banking. These are the basic needs why people buy or invest in Abuja. So it's essentially important that you find out the reason why you are buying. It eliminates a lot of mistakes. That's the first step. Finding the goal, finding the reason why you are buying their property. A property that is perfect for an investor is definitely not right for someone looking to buy a house. That
Yeah,
means that
exactly.
what is good for you may not be good for me because we
Because our
have
needs are
different,
different.
exactly.
Yes.
So that's the first step to you buying the right property right here in Abuja.
So that is the very first step. So
Exactly.
meaning most likely if I miss this step, I may likely get the next
You
one
buy
wrong.
randomly, and when you buy randomly, you get random results. You're not strategic about it.
All right. So the first thing she has said rightly is to determine your need, have your need down. I'll take the second point, which is your budget. Determine your budget. Now, when you determine your need, as she has rightly said, you need to now say, okay, this is what I need. I want land for investment. I want land for land banking. I want land to buy and build my house, whatever the case is. The next thing is you budget for that need the property wants to solve for you.
Yeah.
Because in budget you know, okay, if it has a payment plan or if it's a house, I need to set aside 20 million. If it's land, I need to set aside 5 million. It helps you not get in and become overwhelmed along the way or give
Exactly.
up when you start.
Exactly.
So when you find out your need, step number 2 should be your budget. And in making your budget as well, or setting aside your budget, it's important that you think about this too. Many people just say, okay, I want to get this and I want to spend this. It's in deciding your budget that you also think about how you want to pay. If you want to pay outrightly or if you want to pay over a period of time, you want to use a payment plan that's 8 months, 12 months, as the case may be.
Yeah.
It's in your budgeting that you will be able to decide that, because it is important that your dream property or real estate investment matches your reality, so that you don't start along the way, you then hang.
I'm
So it's
telling
important
you.
that you actually budget. That's point number 2.
Okay, so the third point we are going to have a conversation with is searching for the right property. Since you're already clear on the need, you've got your budget right. You know this is so amount I am budgeting for property. You don't use your food money, survival money to go and look
Yeah.
for property. We're not saying you should buy property, then at the end of the day you are borrowing for food money. It's not wise. So if you have, for example, 10 million naira, you can look for property between the ranges of 5 million to 6 million. You can even use a payment plan so that it doesn't feel too stressful for you. Then
Yeah.
after you've gotten the budget right, you now search for the right property. So you compare different locations. If you're someone that likes luxury location,
Yeah.
you go with it. If you're someone that loves infrastructure, when it comes to green areas, you don't like noise, you don't like chaos,
Yeah.
you look for locations that tend to your need. If you're also looking for properties that have future potential or the ones that have already costed already, it means that these ones are already developed, fully developed.
Yeah.
Right? That means it's expensive. But if you're looking for future potential, it means that your money, you can invest in this location and it will grow over a period of time. Then all this will help you know and get the right property.
Yeah.
For example, let's use an example so that these things are very clear. So you are someone, you are seeking to buy a land. You are looking to buy a land to build your dream house in the future.
Yeah.
So, and eventually you're not in Nigeria, you're in diaspora, and you have a budget of say 100 to 200 million naira for this land. So you see, we've gotten a need. The second one, we've gotten a budget. The third one is now we're looking for the property. And because you're the kind of person that wants to live in a location that is luxury, you don't want stress. You like somewhere that is central, good looking, and all that. So knowing that will help you also look for locations like that. You won't look for locations that are still upcoming because it's land you are looking for. You can even look for locations that are solid and at the end of the day, use payment plan and secure that land. Because you want to build, for example, you are looking for 500 square meters to build. It's a dream house, all right? So this is how you start. You compare the accessibility and the surroundings of the development. Like I said, the examples we gave now, the example I just gave is you, Nigerian in diaspora, looking to buy your dream house or build your dream house in Nigeria. So you clear out your goal, clear out the budget, look for the location, which in this case can be luxury locations in Abuja.
Yes.
So you use payments plan so it doesn't stress you. At the end of the day, between 4 months, 8 months, you already cleared out the bill and the land is there. It will still appreciate a little bit because those locations are quite already developed, right? So don't just search for available properties, search for opportunities that is tailored to your need personally. It makes a lot of difference.
Nice, nice. Before we talk about the fourth point, which is due diligence,
Yeah.
the first one we talked about was need, budget, now search. I think there's something that also comes with searching for the right property, for the right property. In searching for the right property, it's also important you search for the right professional because you said something very important. If I want to buy my dream land for my dream house and I want a luxury location, I don't think it's very wise I go and meet a professional that specializes in farmland in Kuje to buy land for me to build.
Exactly.
So I think it's also important that when you search the right location, you find the location you want to buy from. Something you should also do in this third point of searching is searching for the right professional for what you need.
Exactly.
You don't go and meet a professional that's good in farmland or just site and services for someone who wants to build a house. There are different professionals. For instance, also we deal in lands, off plans, and also site and services. We can actually handle that. But if we are just agricultural land, for instance, it wouldn't be very wise
to meet those.
Exactly. So it's important in your search for location, find out a professional in that location or that property type that you want. And when you're done with your search, point number 4 is conduct your due diligence. And on due diligence, there's due diligence in 3 levels, like to call it. That's the fiscal due diligence, there's the title due diligence, and there's the seller's due diligence. What is due diligence? Due diligence is simply verifying that all the information that you have gotten about the property is true.
True.
There's no, I won't speak all the legal English or grammar in it. It's simple verifying that they said that this land has 2 cameras and 1 light. Let's verify physically, look at it. But it says that this land has this type of paper. Let's verify. It's simply verifying that everything that we tell you is true. So we say it has table land. Go and check it if 1 leg of the table has broken. If it's not like this, if it's still table land.
Is it close to centenary?
Exactly.
Is it close to this? You verify.
All the things we say, it's a landmark. It's actually, we don't say that though, but some realtors, they say every land is 5 minutes away from the airport. Right?
You verify
so things like that, you verify in simple terms, simply what it is. But let's now talk about this. And we're going to have a conversation here now.
Exactly.
So I said the physical, under due diligence, there's the physical, there's the title or the document, and then the seller. Under physical, it just means literally seeing the plot physically, going to see where it is, the landmarks. We say it's close to this place. Is it actually close to there? It's a table land. It's just look at the environment, know what it's like. They say this property is likely going to appreciate by 70% in the next number of years because of this kind of development coming there.
Yeah.
And then we are taking you to the place for you to physically inspect under due diligence. And you're going there, you're not seeing any road, but we said that the road there has been, these are the things you should look out for when you're going for inspection. Look at what is happening around there. Is the development growing towards there? Can you see power poles, electric poles growing towards that direction? Is there hope in that environment so that the things they say to you, see if it's actually happening? And before I go to the next one, which is titled, something actually happened to my colleague here, and I think I really liked that client. As a particular client of yours, so he had never bought something in Abuja before. He's used to buying from Lagos. I know in Lagos, most of the time you hear things like 100 by 50 feet. You hear 500 square meters. Things like that. They want to tell you, is it exactly 500 square meters?
Exactly.
Or is it 494? So there was a particular client of ours that wanted to know exactly what it was like. Can you quickly just share that story with us?
Right, because Abuja, when you're buying from Abuja,
Yeah.
is way different. We always say this, right?
Yeah.
We always explain to people because it's now people are waking up to the realization that everybody needs to buy something here. So
Yeah.
you come with the idea or the mentality of locations you've bought from. For example, you bought from Enugu, you bought in
Yes.
Lagos, you bought in Anambra, okay, and you now come with that mindset like, how much is 500 square meters? They will now call one plenty huge money for you.
Yeah.
And you're wondering from where to where. And this
Yes.
is what you can buy maybe cheaper, way cheaper in other states. Okay, so when he requested for a particular square meter and he wanted to know the particular plot size, because of course he mentioned that he had been buying from Lagos.
Yes.
So why is Abuja different? And I had to literally explain to him why it is so. Right, that's what I will literally say. Because here is different, it's different. So you don't have to say that you must get for 500 square meters. Yes, you have to get 500 square meters,
Yes.
but it will be when it's on ground, and because that is what is already stationed or said this is 500 square meters. So you can also get 350, 200, 150.
Yes.
Right, all these are all square meters and they are valid and people can build on them. I remember someone asking, 150 square meter, is that a plot of land? That is because you've bought in locations where you bought for 500 square meters,
Yes.
600, 800,
Yes.
and 1,000. And in Abuja, they'll tell you that 150, you can build 4-bedroom terrace duplex. I'm wondering how, from where to where.
Yeah.
Right. So square meter and plot sizes are way different from every other state in Abuja.
You know one thing I really liked about that client? I remember then when we went to site, she then asked an engineer, okay, what exactly is the plot size? Is it this? She got the information and gave him, I think it was in Lagos or was in diaspora.
He's in Lagos.
It's in Lagos. So now this is an important thing about due diligence. I need you to understand. He didn't just relax. He couldn't come down to Abuja, but he made sure that she was able to verify certain information for her.
him.
That is part of due diligence. You may not be able to come there physically, but virtually you can ask your realtor, go there, when you're live there, turn on your camera, make a video, show me. Can I speak to an engineer on ground? Let them talk to me. So that you can, this is part of your due diligence, physical due diligence, seeing the area, knowing the area. Beyond the drone shots and all that we are pre-recorded, you can send someone to go there live with a video, get information, speak with the engineer on ground. It's part of it. Clients like that actually, he eventually bought, you understand, because he got wholesome information about what he wanted to buy. Under due diligence, number 2 is title or document due diligence. What that simply means is verifying the title that the property comes with, if it's C of O, if it's R of O, if it's letter of intent. These are the basic documents or titles we have here in Abuja. So if they say it's C of O, if it's R of O, it's important you find out the kind of R of O it is.
Exactly.
Because in Abuja, there is AMAC R of O, there is FCDA C of O. But for most parts of phase 1, 2, 3 of Abuja, they are all now FCDA. But if you're buying from like phase 4, places that have, you know, that are still being incorporated into the FCDA's master plan, it's important to find out, okay, the C of O, because most companies will just put there C of O. So it's important to find out, is it AMAC or is it FCDA C of O? Do your due diligence. And at this point, it is important you work with your realtor. Ask her, ask me, ask us to find out if it's really AMAC or FCD. Otherwise, in the long run, if it's AMAC, you need to reapply for regularization, and it takes a donkey years for that process to happen, except, of course, you're willing to I did not say anything, but you understand. Things like that. It's important. Verify the title, that what it is actually what it is. You can use AGs, you can contract a property lawyer to do all of that. And lastly, under due diligence, we have the due diligence on the seller, which in this case is the owner of the property. And also, in as much as when you're working with a realtor, I mean, we are not the owners of the property in some cases.
Exactly.
I feel you should also do two kinds of due diligence here: the seller, who is the actual developer or owner of the property, and the realtor you're working with. Okay, it's important you also ask around, find out what's the pedigree of this realtor and the company he's marketing for. Know all of that so that you can buy with your full chest. It's important that you do that. I mean, simply put, no matter how excited you are about the property, you love it. Oh my God! You call your husband, baby, this property. You call your husband, baby. this property, we so we like it. Excitement should never take the place of verification. Never, ever, ever. Ensure that you do your due diligence.
All right. The next point, let's run at this point, is now you've seen what you like, you've done your part. The next thing is start making payments. Make an offer, or they'll prepare an offer letter for you where you go through and see everything about the property. Then you can start making payments. A lot of people miss it at this point. This point, they've answered all their questions, everything is right, but they start delaying. All right? And before you know it, they'll tell you that the price have increased. They will now start screaming, "Why didn't you tell me, sir? How would I have told you?" All right? So when people get to this point, they just, which is normal, you start feeling like, am I doing the right thing? And before you know it, you relapse. You feel like, no, let me wait. And the moment you are waiting, either the prices increase or boom, the offer is gone, right? So if you've seen what you like, kindly ensure that you got your offer letter. If there's a need, for example, let me give you a quick tip on what you can do. If you notice that the property is new to the market, there's always a grace that people have because it's new. So you can get longer payment plan.
Yes.
You can also get best locations in the site plan.
Yes.
All right, you can choose. You have that opportunity because the property is new, right? So do that as fast as possible, and you start. If you can pay up outrightly, please go ahead and do that. But if you cannot, you can use payment plan so that the fear and the tension will reduce. Also use that. The essence is that you're making the right investment. Then agree on timelines, which the offer letter does for you. Then every successful property transaction begins with a clear agreement. You have to be clear. That offer letter gets to answer a lot of questions for people. So know everything about the property and start making payments immediately.
You see, there's something. What do you suggest, or how can someone? Because, like you said, some people, they get offer letters and they disappear. They don't accept the offer, maybe because they feel they don't have a bulk sum or something like that. What do you suggest that I want to buy land from you right now and I have some money down, but not the full amount, and you give me an offer letter? What do you suggest I do when I get the offer letter, even if I don't have the whole money?
Get back to me.
Okay.
Get back to me and talk to me. All right. If, for example, you don't have the full money and I want to make initial deposits, I want to lock down on plots, because when it comes to payments, for some companies, when they acknowledge a plot to you is when you've completed that initial deposit.
Yes.
And you don't have it full. Just let your realtor know. Let your person you are talking with. They can get back to the company and get a better strategy or a better plan for you. You can even pay in what you have. Then when you get the balance, you pay it and you secure initial deposit.
Yeah, I intentionally asked that question because I've seen that happen a couple of times. It's not an issue of pride or ego. It's normal. It can happen. If your realtor reaches out to you and you don't have the bulk sum at that point, don't just go silent on the deal. Don't say, I didn't have the money, that's why I didn't reach out. Simply tell your realtor, oh, this is what I have now. What can we do? We can have a conversation around it. And if there's any possibility, you go on and do just that. So the next point after 5, we've talked about it. You made an offer and then you accept it. The next thing is to start making your payments. So when you go to the offer letter, and it's important that we say this as well, the offer letter is very, very important. Don't just rush to the part where they say how much you're supposed to pay and payment plan, and then say, okay, I'm going to start making payments. It's important that you find out. It's like the terms and conditions of being a part of that estate.
Exactly.
So it's important that you study it, see what's in there, see what's obtainable, see what is coming in time, and a whole lot of stuff, so that you wouldn't say that in time to come that, but nobody told me this. It's actually in your offer letter. And if you don't have the luxury of time to study it, it's important you ask your realtor to maybe explain it to you, or you consult a property lawyer to explain to you what does this offer letter really say. It's not just about the payment you're making for the land, okay? It's important you know the offer that you are accepting. So when you've checked it and it's cool, the offer makes sense, you like it, you like the payment plan and everything, the next point is to make payments.
As soon
Make
as possible.
payments, sharp, like get the account number. And under this point, it's important, of course, you know already. If I give you my account number and say, don't worry, pay to me, I will pay to the company.
No.
No, sir. No, man. If she gives you her account number, if you wear glasses like Miss Esther, you see you. Really,
Why?
we don't do that here. Thank you, don't mention. So it's important that you make payments into the company's account. And then when you make payments, you're likely going to get a receipt of payment. If you make an initial deposit, you get a receipt showing exactly how much you deposited. If it's the complete payment, you're also going to get that. And after you make payments, that brings us to the next step number 7,
which is receive your documents. At this point, you've finished making every payment. That's when you are licensed to get your document. Before, some people will be like, oh, I've made my initial deposit. Where is my document?
Bam.
Please, sir, ma. No, that's not how it's done, okay? So there are procedures, and it varies based on companies.
Yes.
So that you don't say, oh, I heard these people say this. You use it to the company. Meanwhile, that's not their procedure. So find out their procedure.
Yes.
It helps. So, but at the end of the day, when you had finished completing your payments, there's a part where you get your documents, all right? Your allocation letter that carries your plot number and your plot size, everything. And you can get your contract of sale, your receipt of all the payments you've made.
Yes.
Allocation letter, like I've said, and other relevant documents, right? Land is important, but much more important, the document shows that you are the real owner of that land you are buying.
This comment has just been reminding me of something. I don't know if you were there that day.
Yeah.
So a client came to take his document. That was back in Enugu then. He came to take his document for his land. And when he took it, a young boy, it was actually, he took the documents and started running off. And he still shouting, hey, give me my land, give me my land, my land. I was just literally, like, what is he saying? How can somebody be carrying land? Then when I came out, I saw he was carrying the documents to his land. That is exactly what your document is to the land. You cannot carry your land, but your document is literally the land you are carrying. So after you get your document, step number 7, what is the next step? Is physical allocation. So if we've been talking about land so far, but if you're someone who is buying a house, it's literally the same step, right? But at this point of physical allocation, this is the point now for you that bought the house. You're going to see your exact unit. If it's a block of apartments, you see your own apartment. If it's a house you bought, if a unit of an apartment, you see your own unit. You look inside at all of the area and all of that. If it's a land you bought, you go to see the exact plot. You're physically allocated your plot. Of course, like she rightly said, is after you have completed your payment. See your exact plot, confirm the boundaries, ensure that the allocation on the document matches with the allocation on ground. Right? It's important that you know that, so that it's not after, well, it doesn't happen here in Abuja that much. It is in the east that I used to say that. I see that there. Somebody will buy land after 5 years, they'll now call you, that's my land, please, where is it? I want to go and see it. And as at that time, too, maybe the realtor may not even remember where it is. So it's important that you also see your plot on ground when you buy land. I mean, if you cannot verify where your plot is on ground, what's the essence that you bought then? So it's important that you do that. That's step number 8, physical allocation.
Then the last and the final step on what you have to do after paying for that land is taking possession of it. Like he rightly says, some people buy land and literally forget. That's not the right step.
Yes.
All right. Take possession. You may not have the money yet, but have it at the back of your mind that I have to secure this land. If you bought it for building, you can just fence it out. If fence is allowed, If you bought it to resell, ensure that after the allocation, you know where it is. Once in a while, go to the estate, see what is going on there, leave. All right. Because as you go there, you see the major developments happening there. You can decide, oh, I think I want to sell because you bought for investment. You want to flip and take the money to another investment and all that. So taking possession is what we also encourage people to do, right? Secure the property, begin with the development, continue monitoring the property as much as you have time. Somebody can do that for you. You don't have to do it yourself, right? And keep your documents safely. Recently, I got a call from someone who asks, if I lose my document, what happens, right? The stress you have to pass through is way much more stressful. So just keep your documents safe. Let nobody carry it. Let nobody take it, right? Because the stress you take or pass through to get it back is too much. Okay. Ownership is not complete until you take possession, whether you're looking to build your own or you're looking to sell it off, if that's the goal of why you bought the property. Yeah. So if you've watched this video to this point and you have found value, do well to hit the like button and also subscribe. And most especially if you're looking to buy property in Abuja, do not hesitate to reach us on the number showing on your screen. We help you buy properties the right way.
Yes.
Right? You can literally buy from us and go to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you have to say as we end this?
All I have to say is these steps, none should be ignored. Follow it step by step so you can make the most out of it. That's all that we have to give to you today. We know you got value. So till we come your way next time, enjoy a great day.
And bye.